Hello friends, welcome to the second video of Java online course here. Okay, we have stopped at this slide in the last presentation. Now let's continue with the practical application in Java programming language. When you learn a new programming language, so we start generally with an hello world program. This is the hello world program of Java programming language. Look at this class, and inside this the main method I have written there. Okay, so I'll just focus in detail about this particular program practically in the Netbeans. So start your Netbeans applications. You may have installed already. JDK may be installed, and after that we have installed the Netbeans. I'm using Netbeans 8.2 currently. Any version of it is possible onwards 8.2 also. So let's go for that. I'll open my Netbeans. Maybe the screen that you see on this here on this video may be different in your computer also. Okay, so applications are same, but this is my Netbeans I opened. The menu is shown over here. From this particular menu I need to create a new project. Shortcut key is also there, called as Control Shift N. I click on this. Now from this I need to choose what kind of applications I have to create using Netbeans. So Netbeans is an open source IDE used by Java and many languages. You can see Java, HTML, PHP, Groovy, C++, Python. For many different applications I'm using this particular IDE here. So for my first application I'm using Java and Java applications. Okay, so simple Java application. For every core Java application you have to choose Java application from here. Okay, so next. Okay, so project name I'll be providing. By default it contains a name as Java application. So let's define the project name as hello. Okay, GLLO, hello. Okay, so hello, this is the location. If you are using Windows OS, your location may be different. Try to remember that in this particular folder all your projects are saved. Okay, this is the project folder, this is main location. Inside that a subfolder created with the same name which I mentioned here. Okay, and this is the main class hello dot hello. Hello is the folder name, package name, and hello is the class name. I'll focus on that. What do you mean by this? Okay, so you can change this, but generally class name and the program name are same always. Okay, so let's finish this. Any name can be provided here. Finish. Okay, so let's see what happens. Our first project whose name is hello will be created, and inside that there's a file called as hello.java will be created. See this one here, we have hello.java file created, but by default all Java program will contains .java as extension. So this one hello.java, this file is created here. This is your navigator, project navigator. If you click on that, you can see source packages, libraries available. I'm using JDK 1.8 library currently here, and they are the source package here. And inside this package I'm having the folder in this folder package I'm having the file hello.java, and this file is shown over here. Okay, so this is a main folder name. Inside that we are having a source package. Package is a collection of classes, basically classes and interfaces also. So all the classes, like I'm having a hello class here, this file is actually stored. And libraries means the support of Java programming language will be taken from there. That is, I'm using JDK 1.8 currently. Maybe the higher version are possible, so you can use that one also. Okay, now let's look at that. This is a default template program created for us. In this we can modify the thing as per our requirement, and then we can go ahead with this package hello. See, the folder name which is mentioned here is a package name. In this package or a folder, all the classes and all the files that you create will be stored. That's why this is created automatically. We are not allowed to change this name. And after that, so the things which are not much required right now, I'll just delete that. This is your class. Now one more important thing you need to remember, that your class is by default created for every Java file, and the class name and the program name are always same. Okay, and every class name starts with a capital letter. This is a convention, not compulsion, actually convention by which we can specify the name of the class. So my class name, public class name is hello here, which is same as the name of the program. Okay, and inside this we are having the main file, main method created. So main method is present, public static void main, it contains some parameters present here. Now what's the meaning of main method? So when you run this program or the project, this file will get executed and will start working the program from the main method. So whatever you write over here is written there, whatever you write over here, this will get executed when you run this particular program. Public means you can access from anywhere, static means single copy is created for all the object of this class, void means this method does not return anything, and these are called as the command line arguments. Okay, we are having this topic in future also, what do you mean by these command line arguments, or even we are having meaning of this, this and this also in future statements. Okay, so let's write this particular program. So template is already given to you, we just can see there are two blocks created, a class, the class is starting here ending here, and inside the class I am having a method which is main starting here and ending here. Okay, so facility is given by the Netbeans, we can make use of easily, even errors can also be seen shown by it. Okay, so public static void main, this is your main method. If I write enter here, automatically with the help of the tabs, a perfect indentation methodology is followed and you can write something here. So let's see, I want to print hello world. So to print that one, I'm having system dot out dot println. You can see the suggestions will be shown to you already automatically. Okay, println inside in double quotes hello world. Okay, so we'll not write anything others. I'll save this code by Control S key. Okay, so simple program I have written here. System.out.println, it is used to print this particular statement on the screen. That's why so I written system.out.println hello world. Now to run this, we are having one option present here, run project. Now remember, if your project is containing a single file, that only use this one, and if you want to run this, I can use this method also. I'll right click and run file. This method is also possible, it executes a single file only, and if you click on that, okay, it's run the whole project, that is F6, and here I have control shift F6, sorry, only shift F6 is there. Okay, so any one of this method can be followed. I'll run this file. Now see, if any errors are, that will be shown, else we'll get the output. See the output of this particular program, hello world. Okay, so this is single statement program which I have written a single statement inside the main method which shows the hello world on the screen. So by this method we can print hello world on the screen, system.out.println and hello world. Now remember, everything that we use in the Java program written inside this class. See, inside the class only package declaration will be there out of it, and remaining others will be inside the class. We'll focus more detail on it. This is just a simple program to print the hello world on the screen. You can try this program on your system also. We'll continue with our sessions. Now let's see one more program by which we can go much in detail about this. So this program is just like second.java. So I want to create one more program, so I'll not create a new project. Okay, so I'll go here in this hello itself, right click on this and new Java class. Okay, a new program I am creating there inside the same package. Okay, maybe its name is second. Okay, so second project is hello, package will be same and created in the same folder, but the file name is different. Finish. Okay, so under the same package or folder, this second.java file is created. Okay, this terminology, this is what we call as comment. This one, comment means the statement which are ignored by the compiler. Like for example, this is my second program. Okay, so this is what we call as comment. These statements are ignored by the compiler. So compiler will not check for any kind of the errors, whatever you write in between this slash star and star slash. Okay, similar to that, one more type of comment is available, and that comment we call as the single line comment, double slash. Okay, so if, for example, if I write the author's name here, the author name is Tushar Kute, myself. Okay, like this. Okay, and this is your second class. Inside it I need to write public static void main. Okay, string args. Okay, now yes, so this is how the main method we have created here. Now inside it, I'm going to perform some specific or simple operations here. Like, see, for example, I'll declare a variable int num is equal to 67 semicolon. Okay, so statements of Java are ended with a semicolon. Remember it, which I have given the semicolon there. I've declared a variable whose name is num with 67. And now I want to print this again on the screen. So same way, system.out.println I can use to perform these operations here. Okay, so let's use this system dot. Okay, instead of that, Netbeans is providing one facility to us, like you just have to type s out. Okay, s out, and give a tab. Press the tab key. See, if I press a tab key, automatically the system.out.println will appear. Okay, and the value is, okay, and write plus num. Plus means it is used to connect this value and this value. So whatever you write in double quote will be printed as it is, and whatever you write out of the quote, its value will be printed. So currently its value, it's a variable, its value is 67, and that will be printed here. Okay, so simple. I just created this program to print the value on the screen. If I run this file, see, the value is 67. So this number I am printing here. If I write this in quote, it will print the value is num as it is, num. But I want its value to get printed. That's why it should be out of the quote here. And if I want to print this value directly on the screen, so let's have this. So this method can also be followed. Okay, 67. This is the output of first statement, and this is output of second statement. Okay, so it's not compulsory that you need to use this one. If I am making a mixture of string and the variables, then I'll be using in this particular way. So a simple second program I just shown. We'll focus on that in detail now. What do you mean by these particular statements, and we'll analyze this particular program again in detail. Okay, so this is my second program. Now basically let's continue with some more knowledge about the Java program's execution process. Now see, source code. Source code means your Java program. Okay, see, Java program is getting compiled. Okay, as in last video also I told about this. Compiler is a special kind of system program which checks the higher level language program written in Java. Okay, check for all the errors. If any errors are there, it will be shown. If no errors are there, this compiler converts this Java program into bytecode format. Bytecode means a different .class file will be created, and this class file is platform independent, that is machine independent. Means any kind of operating system can execute this particular file, whether you use Windows interpreter. So here compiler is there, and then bytecode, and then interpreter. Then Windows interpreter will convert that file into executable format on Windows computer. Linux interpreter, Linux computer, Mac OS, Solaris, like. So that's why it is platform independent. This bytecode is platform independent, which is created by the Java compiler, and every operating system is containing its own interpreter by which the program will get executed on that particular system. So your output will not change. So as I am using here Linux operating system, you may be using Windows operating system, our output will not change. Okay, so by this method, the Java program or Java programming language is made platform independent programming language here. Okay, so now let's see Java virtual machine. So there is a concept called as JVM, Java virtual machine. With the help of Java virtual machine, this particular concept of interpreter is used. See, source code is converted into compiler and then given to JVM virtual machine. It is used to create a virtual environment to run the Java programs. This bytecode will run inside the virtual machine, and then from this virtual machine there is a system tool called as Java interpreter. It takes this bytecode and convert that into executable code, that is on real machine. In machine understandable code, the program will be executed. Okay, so in this way these steps are followed to perform operation. Let's see how exactly this operation is done. See, so I'm having a Java second.java file here. Now I'll go in this particular folder. So in this particular folder, okay, in this folder we are going to have the class files created. So I'll go to my current working directory. Okay, this is my Netbeans project folder in my home directory. If you are using Windows, you just can check the location. I think it's documents folder in which the Netbeans project is stored. Now see, these are my Netbeans project. Inside it I am having a hello folder. This is a project name I have chosen at the start of this particular program. So I'll go inside it. So inside this we can see build NB project and SRC. Okay, so if I go in SRC, I will have one more folder. This is a package name. Okay, and inside that we are having hello.java and second.java folder files created, which I have just created in this particular package. So in hello package, I am having hello.java and second.java, two files created. If I come back, one more folder you can see build. So in this folder build, we are having a class files. See hello, and inside that hello.class and second.class. Now hello.class is the bytecode file of hello.java and second.class is the bytecode file of second.java. So these are the executable, these are the binary code, machine independent code created by the compiler, and when you are executing the program, then interpreter will take this particular program and execute that on your system. So interpreter is a part of JVM which is responsible for executing the program. Compiler just converts the higher level language program into the class file. This is what we call as bytecode. Okay, so remember the locations are shown here in Netbeans project in folder. So you can find class files here and source code Java files here in this. Okay, so this is how virtual machine actually perform the operations. Now some layers of interactions. How exactly Java program interacts with the computer system here. So first of all, your user who are responsible for writing the programs. So we write the programs here, that is what we call as user application programs. And as a part of Java, we have compiler and interpreter. Compiler makes use of these Java framework APIs to check whether the program is created correctly according to Java syntax or not. Okay, once it is created, then interpreter will execute this particular program with the help of Java virtual machine on any kind of operating system. Platform means operating system. Whether you use Windows, Linux or any other OS, your program will get executed on your computer system. So these are the common layers of interaction that Java programming language follow to write and execute the program on any kind of system here. Okay, so generally the program structure, that what we call a simple way of writing a program, follows in this way. First part, this is a common structure standard Java developer follows to write the program here. The first section we call a documentation section. Documentation means this is what the comment are followed. See, this is documentation section. Any such kind of comments are written there. This is also one of the comment. I will cut it from here and paste here. This is the documentation section that is followed. Second, a package statements. These are the package statement. Okay, so this particular class belongs to which particular package or folder, that we can specify there. That is a package name. Generally package name is given completely in lowercase letters, remember. Okay, then we have import statements. Import statement means some external libraries can be added in the Java programs. Check, Java is having some libraries. You can see these libraries here inside it. See, these are the Java libraries present currently in JDK 1.8. So some libraries called as Java dot. Okay, I'll just write a simple statement here. We are having that meaning here, import Java dot. Okay, so these are the libraries. Import. I'm currently working in simple core Java, so I don't require any library. By default, this lang library is available in the core Java programs. That's why I don't need to import that. Library means some extra ability, extra classes, programs are stored in these libraries. If you want to make use of them, then you have to import them by this particular method. If I want to write java.lang dot, then library classes are available that I can directly use. But don't worry about the java.lang. Java.lang is by default available, imported in your Java program. Okay, so in future, okay, when we require, we may require a few more classes, just like java.io will be required, java.util are required, java.sql are required, or java.io, many more are available. That also I'll show when you see the import statement. So these are the import statements. Then we have interface statement. Okay, interface statements are basically just like classes, we have interface data structure also. So when that interface are required, that are declared after the import statement, and after that we are writing the class definitions. So the class definition present here, this is a class definition. I declaring a class. If I want one more classes, few more classes, I can declare it here. Again, class and third. So we'll write something like this. One more class declaration. Multiple class declarations are possible. Out of all the classes, only one method, only one class will contain the main method inside it. So currently the second class is containing the main method inside it. So when I run this project, the class name whose class name is given to the Java program, only that program will get executed, not the remaining one. So you have to make sure that main method should be present inside the class whose name is given to particular program. Okay, so that's how. So in class definition we have a main method, and inside the main method whatever you write, that will get executed after it. Okay, so this is how this program works. Now let's go in detail about the Java programs. There is a concept called as tokens. Token means the smallest addressable part of the program is called as token. So let's go to the program now. Now if you consider this program, in this particular program I am having a token. So package, this is token, this is token, this is token, like every smallest addressable part. This one is also a token, semicolon is a token, dot is a token, this int is a token, equal to is a token, this curly brace is a token, these are square brackets are the tokens. So smallest addressable part is called as tokens. Now program is always made up of the different kind of tokens. Now what kind of tokens we have? Identifiers, keywords, literals, operators and separators. Let's start with the first one. What do you mean by identifiers? Identifiers are the words or the names which are given by user in the program. Okay, they are given by user in the program. Now which names user gives? So basically two names, two or more than that names are there. I'll just show you here, like class name. Okay, this is the variable name, this is a class name which I have given, we have given. Variable name we have given, we are allowed to change it, or some function names, method names, or some interface names are also there, which I have given in the program. They are called as identifiers. They are used to identify something. Like second, it means it's a second class. Num, it means it's a number. So identifiable names are given, so these are called as identifiers. These identifiers are the names given by the users in the program. Second, keywords. Keywords are the specially reserved words that Java program is having. Now if you look at the Netbeans, the words which are highlighted by the blue color are the keywords. Keywords are the special words, reserved words, whose meaning is by default available with the compiler. So we are not allowed to change that meaning, or we are not allowed to use these names as the identifiers names. So you can see this: package, public, class, static, void and int. These are the keywords. So these words you have to use for the specific application and use only. You are not allowed to change the meaning of these particular words. That's fine. So if you see the list, so this is a list of words which are the keywords. See, total 60 keywords are there that Java is having. So remember, Java is having highest number of keywords. If you see C is having 32 keywords, Python 33 keywords, C++ 48 keywords, and Java is having 60 keywords. Out of every keyword is having some meaning given to them. Almost all we are going to see in this particular course. The keywords which are having star written, that is asterisk written after that, these are not defined by any meaning, but they are reserved for the future use. Remember, so almost all of these words we are going to use in our upcoming applications also. Okay, so everyone is having the meaning given to them. Now keywords. Then literals. Literals are called as constants. Constants are of four different type of constants are there. Constants means the values. Like 67 is value. Okay, it's a integer constant. Or this one, the value is a string constant. Now these values are not allowed to change. 67 is 67. The value is okay. This is what the constants are containing. This is literals. We generally term as the literals. In next slide we'll see, we'll go in more detail about this particular concept about the constants and literals. Then operators. Operators are the special symbols which are used to perform some operations in the programming. Now if you look at it here, this is equal to, this is the operator. If I want to perform the operation to use this value in this variable, I am using this, or this plus is the operator. It is used to attach this and this together. Or if I declare one more variable here, num1 is equal to 33, and one more variable like result, okay, without any declaration, this is also possible, and I want to write result is equal to num plus num1. So this is what I am doing, addition of these two numbers together, and I want to print this result here on the screen. So I'll done here, see, so 67 and num1 is 33, result is one more variable whose value I am declaring like this, num1 plus num2. So we'll add 67 plus 33 and store in this. Here I am having this operator. So this is used to perform addition of two numbers, okay, and then store in another variable. So the value is, see this result, if I run this file, so we'll get 100 answer, correct? Check this out. Okay, so this is what we call as operators. Almost all special symbols present on the keyboard are the operators. They are used to perform a specific operations on the variables or the constants. Okay, so here is constant and this is variable. Here this is constant, this is variable, and this is operator. This is variable plus variable equal to variable, or constant is equal to variable, like so. Any side of the operator will have either a operator and variable or the constant or a literal. Okay, so in this way these operators are used. And the last is called as separators. Separators are used to separate something, like they are used to create the blocks. See what's remaining. So what's remaining is this curly braces. This is a separator. They are used to create the block of class and methods, or square brackets. They are used to create the array basically. So these are what we call as separators. So even this round bracket, this one parenthesis, so they are used to call the functions. So these are called as separators. So basically, is there anything remaining? I think no. So identifiers, keywords, literals, operators and separators, these are 5 different kind of tokens a Java programming language is having. Now let's focus and go more in detail. Okay, these are the keywords that we are using. Now programming constraints. Let's see identifiers and variables. Now in this program I have declared some variables. See this variable. Variable is the name given by the user in which some value can be stored. So I want to store integer and declaring int num equal to 67. So this is called as variable. So result is also variable, integer type, but its value is not declared here. So it is undeclared variable. And if I write result is equal to num1 plus num, then its value is calculated and then result will be initialized, and then I am printing it on the screen. This is called as variable. Variables are the names given by the user in which you are allowed to store any kind of values as per the data type declared there. Okay, data type is integer for this case. So identifier, variable type, same. Now let's go for the constants. Now what kind of values I can store? So here 67 is the integer constant, and if I use this one, this is called a string constant. Integer constant is this is a string constant. In this way there are multiple different kind of constants are possible. I write it here itself. Now if I write 45, this is what we call as integer constant. Okay, so 45 is integer constant. If I write 67 point something, okay, in this way decimal point, this is called as floating point constant. So this is what we call as integer constant. This is called as floating point constant. Floating point constant. And if I write something in this way like hello, so this is called as string constant. If I write in this way in single quote or single variable, this is called as character constant. And the last one, if I write like true or false, true, or if I write false, okay, this is called as Boolean constant. So 5 different type of constants are possible to use inside the Java program. So this is what we call as constants. Now in order to store the constants, we require a data type. So here integer is the data type. Now if I want to store this kind of the constants, these kind of constants, I'll use the data types. So there are some type of the data that I can use here. The first type is byte, in which the data can be stored. Second type is short, okay. Third type is integer, and the last type is long. So 4 data types are present: byte, short, int and long, in which you can store this kind of the data. Okay, 45, but they're having limitations. Byte is having only 8 bit of the information stored inside it, short is containing 16 bit of information, integer containing 32 bit of information, and long is also containing 32 bit of information, by which you can store the data inside this kind of the variables. Now if you go to the second type of the constant, if I want to store a value with decimal point, so I can declare using either float or the double. Float is 32 bit constant, 32 bit data will be stored, and the double is 64 bit memory is utilized to store this kind of the value inside. It means it is actually double than the original type of the data. Now if you go to hello, hello is a string constant. Basically strings are stored, they are not a data type. So string is a class, it's an object. Okay, so special data type is not defined for this particular thing. We are having a separate session to work on the strings, and if you go to the next single character, I'll having a character type of the data, char, char. This is used to store the data of type character inside it. And then the last is boolean. Okay, so boolean is the type of the data or data type in which true and false can be stored. It requires only 1 bit of information. Character is 16 bit of information, here 1 bit, float is 32 bit, double is 64 bit, and as I told already, byte 8 bit, short 16 bit, integer 32 bit, and long is also 32 bit. So these are the variables, these are the data types which I can use inside a Java program. Now let's see, I'll just delete this particular part and let's use this data here. Now for example, I want to declare this value in floating point, so let's write float. So 67.28, and if I require num1, just like 32.61. okay, just like this. Okay, so floating point constants are declared by writing f at the end this way. Result is also float, to perform the addition of them and then to print the result on the screen. So let's run this code. See, the value is 99.89. okay, this is what the addition that I have done. So in this way I can declare the floating point numbers. Let's go ahead with declaring few more. We have declared integer already. If I want to declare byte b, so its range is till 127 only, byte, then short, which is 16 bit. So in this way I can declare it. Okay, short. Then if I want to declare the long, so long L is equal to, variable name can be anything, make sure that it can be anything. L is written at the end of it, it's a long number, 32 bits are expected. Then if I go to use double, so double, example D is equal to something like this, colon, double value, it can be declared, and the last type is boolean. Boolean x is equal to true. Okay, so this is how we can declare different kind of the data, and the same way we can use in the program also, just like in this statement I have used, but this application should be applied to this kind of the data. Here also I am using, for example, I just want to print the value of double on the screen, so D, see this. So what's the value of D? 646.647. If I run this code, see, the output is getting printed and the value is printed on the screen. So these are the type of the data types which I can use, data types. Okay, and according to constant, integer 4 types are there, float contains 2 types, character contains 1 type, boolean contains 1 type. And then separators. Now let's see the separators. So there are 3 different kind of separators available that I can use over here. So 3 separators, like curly braces, this one, curly brace. So curly brace are used to create blocks. Okay, maybe class and functions, methods. So second is the class which is started here, ended here, so this block created, and here main method started here, ended here, so block created. Okay, fine, that's fine. This is the first separator. Second separator is a square bracket. Okay, so square bracket, which is shown over here, square bracket are used to create arrays. Okay, arrays. So we are having separate session again on arrays. So there you can see what do you mean by the square bracket, or how to use the square brackets here in the program. Now, and the round bracket, that is parenthesis. So here, see, you can see parenthesis here. So they are used to call or create functions, methods, sorry, functions and method, they are almost same, but we call them methods here. So used to create or call the methods. That's what the meaning of round brackets are. Okay, and the last one is comments. Comments I already told. Comments are called as the statement which are ignored by the interpreter. So interpreter or compiler will not check this particular statement for errors. So this is what the comment is. Okay, this is multi-line comment. It means that if I press enter here, then also this comment is continued. Okay, if I write the date, okay, its date will 1/5/2020. See this, multi-line comments are there. So any number of lines can be enclosed within this comment, starting with this and ending with this. And this is single line comment only. So only one line I can add in the comment. If I want this line to be in comment, see, it's commented. Fine. And if I want multiple line to be in the comment, so slash star, and here also I can have the star slash. Okay, fine. So these are commented. Now what happened? See this, it's showing error here, undeclared, cannot find symbol. Why? Because the D is in comment. Now your compiler will not check the D because D is shown as not declared because it is in comment. Compiler will ignore that. That's why it is showing this particular error here. Okay, so this is how we are going to make use of the comment anywhere in the program, and then accordingly you just can make use of these particular comments in your code. Now okay, this is the last topic of this particular video, that is what we call as variable scopes. See the program. Okay, I'll go to our program and here I'll declare what do you mean by a scope. Scope means the program or the variable which you declared, so where to be used it. Now there are two different kind of scope that I can use. I can declare variables here. So variable declaration is done anywhere in the program, whether you write in the class or whether you write in the methods. So if I declare the variable here, see, var1 is equal to some number value I have given here. Now the scope of this is called as the class scope. Okay, so variable declared inside the class. So this variable I can use anywhere inside this class or even in any method of this particular class scope. And if you declare the variables here, okay, so they are called as local scope. Somewhere we can find the name as the function method scope also, but it's a local scope. I can use this variable in these blocks only, from here to here, the statement within this block, and this variable I can use anywhere from here to here. Okay, so this is what we call a scope. So this scope creation is done with the help of the curly brace methodology. So where you declare, class variables can be used anywhere in the class and the local variables can be used anywhere in the method. So make sure that in future also we'll be coming across this particular terminology for multiple number of times. So you need to remember that and just practice it. What do you mean by scope? What do you mean by variable declaration? And the program, a simple hello world program and simple program to declare all the concepts of programming that we have seen in this particular video. From next video onwards, we'll go ahead with using operators and the expressions. Thank you. Thanks a lot.